Yeah, I think we did Foo Fighters in general a couple of times.
Yeah, but today specifically we're talking about the 2011, which I used to have a poster right here.
You did.
But
right.
it's gone now,
there.
as is everything.
Everything's
Yeah,
gone.
we're talking about the Pat Smear comeback, which I didn't even fucking know that that's the first album he came back on.
Yeah.
Like, he was gone a while. Holy shit.
He was. They just kept adding and adding members and instruments and all these things, and then for Wasting Light, I don't know what it was. I think it was because they were working with Butch Vig again. I think it was Butch Vig that they did the Nirvana stuff with.
Yeah.
And Dave was like, "Hey, we're gonna record this album to tape. Do you wanna do it with us?" And he was like, Butch was like, "Yeah." And then Dave was like, "We gotta get Pat. We gotta get Pat back."
Is that how it happened?
Probably. They talk about it in the Back and Forth documentary, which I know this is your episode, but that was one of my... I used to watch that shit all the time, just whenever I was feeling that I needed to be inspired as a musician. I would watch that music documentary because it was so hopeful, and that album... It meant a lot. It meant a lot to me as well, but I want to hear about what it means to you.
It's just good.
Yeah, it's just good.
It's just really good.
It's a really good album.
You know, I know, like, there's a lot of people, even you, that, like, y'all are about, like, the Color and Shape.
Yeah.
But hell no, bro. Hell no. This is, like, the peak right here.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was just the way they recorded it, because, like, it was recorded in Dave's house, right? Like, it was just a garage album, and it just sounded like they had a lot of fun making it. Like, you can tell. Maybe because there was high energy, because Pat was back, or, like, because it was so casual.
They were recording at home. They
Yeah,
were recording at Dave's, and in between takes or in between sessions, Dave would go out to the backyard and grill, like, steaks and meat for everybody, and everyone had families at that point, so they would just bring their families over to Dave's house. And
It just sounds like the best way to record an album.
It really does, because it's not easy recording. Not that, you know, we both have experiences recording, but definitely not to the degree that the Foo Fighters have to. Executives and record people and deadlines and all these things that we haven't had to deal with. I can only imagine it makes it so much harder as a practice to enjoy recording albums when there's that much weight being put on your shoulders at all times, and to be able to do that and accomplish those feats and record such, you know, to record such awesome songs and to have a good time doing it. That's the goal. That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
And it shows, like David was saying.
Yeah, man. It's just like there's 11 songs on it, and there's, like, I don't know, maybe 2 that aren't super great.
Yeah.
You know, like Back and Forth is whatever. And, like, Miss the Misery is whatever. But the other 9, like, fucking all bops.
Yeah.
All bops. Every single last one of them. Like, it kicks off with Bridge Burning, which is just, like, such a hyper way to start.
It is.
And then we get the Rope, which obviously is, you know, one of their big songs. And I just fucking, Taylor, rip my boy. But he busts out, like, the fucking Neil Peart shit in that song.
I think Rope might be my singular favorite Foo Fighter song ever. It's just, as a track, as a song, as a composition, like, every aspect of that song is just so good. And it's just, it rips.
Because, like, you know, they have 3 guitarists now, and that one actually feels like they utilize all 3 of them in unique ways. You know, it's like, do they really need 3 guitarists? Probably not. But on that song, they definitely utilize all 3 of them.
Yeah, I feel like any band that has 3 guitarists is just, it opens your options up a little bit more. So if Dave doesn't want to play a really intricate guitar part during a song and he just wants to focus on singing, then that gives him an opportunity. If he just wants to play a chord, then Pat can handle the way that they describe it, and the differences in guitar approaches on the Back and Forth documentary is that Pat is the big, loud guy, and he's not very technically proficient as Chris is, where Chris plays all of the solos. By the way, Rope has such a good guitar solo.
Yeah.
He's very good on the upper neck of the guitar, and then Pat handles all of the lower neck guitar stuff. And so Dave, whenever I see him play that beautiful blue, I think it's a Gretsch hollow body, semi-hollow guitar, it always looks like he's strumming G chords and D chords, and every once in a while he'll play a riffy thing, or he'll play a lead part, and then like fucking a metal band, Chris will come in on like the higher harmony of that guitar part, and yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, Rope is definitely one of the songs on this album that really justify having 3 guitarists.
Yeah.
That and I feel like Walk is another one that has a lot of interesting guitar stuff happening. When I heard that play in Thor for the first time, I shit my pants because I loved Wasting Light and I loved Marvel at the time, and they were just sitting in the bar and it comes on in the background and then it comes back for the credits at the very end. Hearing that in theaters was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, White Limo.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. We got to talk about Riot Fest.
Yeah.
So White Limo is it's I wouldn't say a hardcore song, but it's the first song in a very, very long time that feels like something off the first album, where it's just, it sounds like Dave is singing through a megaphone and he's just like the whole time. And when I first listened to the album, I didn't really like it that much. I did not like that song. I think I deleted it from because I was using iTunes.
Yeah, it's a very different song from the rest of the record.
Yeah, but I went back and listened to it many years later because I found out the music video had Lemmy Kilmister, also rip Lemmy, and it was shot on VHS or on tape, like video, cassette tape footage, and he gets hit with a limo, and then like everyone in the band plays a character, and they get in the limo, and then they like hit Lemmy at the end. It's awesome.
Yeah. Dude, they have so many good videos.
They really do.
The Walk one is great too.
Yeah, he steps in shit.
Yeah.
He's just a business dude.
Yeah, dude.
But White Limo is like the 5th song on the album, and it goes so hard, and it's such a good song. And so flash forward, 10 years later, 12 years later after the album came out, we were at Riot Fest, which we went to go specifically see the Foo Fighters. They were headlining the Saturday night, I think, or Friday night, whichever one we went.
Whatever. And
it was my first time ever at a festival like that. We were relatively close. I think we ended up being 10 rows away from the front, and there were like hundreds of people behind us, which is crazy. And in the middle of the set, they start doing this bit where they play a minute of a song, and I think they played Enter Sandman, and they played was it an Iron Maiden song or Paranoid? They played Paranoid for a little bit, and then they're jamming out, and then Dave is like to the crowd, he's like, "What do you guys want to hear? Give me a song, give me a song, give me a song." And then one dude is like, "White Limo," and then Dave is like, "Someone say fucking White Limo? Are you fucking kidding me?" And then he looks back at oh my god, what's his name? The tour drummer.
Well, he's permanent now.
Oh, permanent now.
Josh Freese.
Josh Freese. He looks back at Josh, and Josh has never played that song before. They didn't rehearse it for the tour. And Dave is like, "I guess we're fucking doing this." And they played White Limo, I'm assuming for the first time the entire tour, and we got to hear it in Chicago because one person in the audience was like, "You want to hear White Limo?" And it was awesome.
Shout out to that dude, man.
Yeah, I did not think we were ever going to hear that song live, and we heard it, and it was just as good live as it ever could have been on record. Yeah, it was sick. Not White Limo. Wasting Light has one of the strongest collection of songs.
Yeah, I'm talking Dear Rosemary. Always love the intro of that song.
Yeah.
Arlandria's fun as fuck.
I liked Arlandria. Matter of Time is pretty fun too.
These Days is like another one of their big ones.
I remember at the time Dave Grohl, he had said in his opinion, the best song he's ever written was These Days. I don't know if that's changed in the last 12 years, but
the good one. Then we have I Should Have Known, where they brought back Chris
Christ.
Novoselic.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, bro, that shit's about Kurt. Don't try. And Dave was like, nah, it's not about Kurt. Like, don't bullshit me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hadn't had Chris Novoselic on that track, maybe you would have gotten away with it. But the fact that he was on that song.
Yeah. And also Butch producing it, who
Yeah.
produced Nevermind and In
Get
Utero.
the fuck out of here. That's just about fucking Kurt. Don't try to fucking cheap that.
Yeah.
God, what else?
What are we missing? I think we mentioned all of them.
I don't know. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of good shit.
It's a lot of good shit. It hits really hard. I remember I walked into Best Buy, which is now closed, and I had pirated the entire Foo Fighters discography because I remember typing into Google, I said, what are the top rock bands today? Because I was sick of classic rock. I was sick of listening to AC/DC and Aerosmith and fucking, all those bands. And so I said, what are the top rock bands today? And people were like Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Strokes, fucking Muse. And then I saw the Foo Fighters. And hold on. It's coming.
Nazdrovia. Great.
Foo Fighters. And I saw their name. And I thought, I know a couple of their songs, right? So I looked up them on YouTube. And sure enough, My Hero and Everlong and Times Like These and Breakout and all these songs came up, and so I downloaded all of their discography and I listened to all of their albums and I listened to Best of You and I cried. And then I saw that they had a new album out. It was some ad on YouTube or some thing that they did on a late night show where they played Rope or some song from the album. And so I asked my mom to run out to Best Buy to go get it, and it was at the front of the store in this rack for Father's Day, and it was like albums that Dad would love. And there was a bunch of Wasting Lights, and I got it and I listened to it, and on the front of the CD, on the wrapping, the clear plastic wrap, there was a sticker that said play at max volume or something like that. And it was just, it perfectly set the tone for what I was about to listen to. And I don't know what I did with that sticker. I probably threw it away. But if you watch, I know I keep saying I have a whole series that David helped me with on my channel called Happy Foo Year. And I talked about Wasting Light on there, and I have a picture of the album with the sticker. There you go. That's it. So
Nice.
Yeah. But it's really good shit.
It's fucking goated album.
It really is. It really is. And anyone who hasn't listened to it, if you're a Foo Fighters fan, what are you doing? If you're not a Foo Fighters fan, forget Everlong, dude. You know Everlong already. Listen to Wasting Light.
Like this fucking dude. I had some moron come in on my Foo Fighters video.
Yeah.
And he commented like, I feel like the first Foo Fighters album was terrible, and each one they've done has just gotten worse.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, why are you here? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I fucking hate Linkin Park. You're not gonna find me on a fucking video ranking Linkin Park albums,
Right.
And then I said that, he was like, well, just because you sounds like you just didn't like my comment. I was like, yeah, okay, well, you do you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a dipshit because this fucking album kicks ass. Anyway,
This album does kick ass.